Let's talk about the Rajasthan Royals. Their opening game of this restart is going to be against Punjab Kings. And for the Royals, after the auction to IPL 2021, you saw this is a team that has their four overseas totally sorted. Joss Butler, Ben Stokes, Chris Morris, and Jofra Archer. That's not going to be the case this time. They're going to have to figure out what their best overseas combination is. So let's ask Deep Dasgupta and Ian Bishop on Maruti Suzuki Presents ESPNcricinfo T20 Timeout. Lots of new drafts. Deep, you've got the likes of Liam Livingston after a good 100, Glenn Phillips, O'Shane Thomas, Tabraiz Shamshi. But at this stage of the tournament, you want Rajasthan to figure out who their premium four overseas are. We're guessing Chris Morris is one. Who are the other three for you?
Well, the other three for me, obviously Chris Morris, and I'm going to play Tabraiz, even though I know the games is in Dubai where the spinners haven't done that well. But I think because the fact that he's a wrist spinner, secondly, a left arm wrist spinner, that just adds a little bit of mystery to it. So yeah, Chris Morris and Tabraiz. And between Evan Lewis, Liam Livingston, and David Miller, obviously two would play, and my two would be Liam Livingston and Evan Lewis, to be honest.
Okay, that's both top order batters. Mustafizur Rahman featured in the first half. Bish, what sort of call up do you think Rajasthan need to figure out here? Is it going to be Tabraiz Shamsi and one more seamer, or is it going to be Chris Morris and one batter and Tabraiz Shamsi? It's a hard thing to figure out at this stage.
Yeah, but I'm going to go on the conditions. Obviously, Morris will play. I loved what I saw from Mustafizur in the first phase and what he's been doing internationally in the time being. Evan Lewis is in the form of his life, so I definitely play him. And while Miller has been a senior left-hander in that middle order in the first phase, I think Liam Livingston offers you the opportunity to bat in the middle. He can bowl a little bit if you like, and he smacks the ball a long way. He had a really good 100, so I'm favoring Liam Livingston. So those would be my four.
Is it a case now, Deep, for whoever you pick for at least 3 or 4 games? If you do that, effectively that could make or break your season, especially for a team like Rajasthan that are outside the top four. Do you see different changes happening one game after the other, or would you advise Rajasthan to pick four now and stick with them?
Ideally speaking, whether you have 7 games left or 14 games left, that shouldn't be the case. Whoever gets an opportunity should get enough games to kind of settle down. And in this format, I mean, you don't really get that kind of consistency as you would get in the other formats. So you've got to give them some games. And as Bish just mentioned, I think Liam Livingston, he's batted in the middle order as well. So it's not that he's only batting in top two or top three. Against India in the T20Is, 6 odd months ago, he was batting at number 5, 6. So he's versatile that way. So I think with these four overseas, they've got most of their bases covered that way.
As we just look at the other names that haven't quite come up yet, O'Shane Thomas back with the Rajasthan Royals. Bish, after what we saw in the first game, there was some exciting short pitch bowling, fast bowling from Adam Milne. Would it all be a tempting prospect to have Morris and Thomas bowl side by side, or is that a luxury Rajasthan can't afford?
Yeah, I'm not sure that they can afford that. They need their overseas batters to perform. You need someone at the top of the order to replace Joss Butler, who is not there anymore, and Lewis is that man for me. You need that's experienced international in the middle order because Sanju Samson is coming in at 3 somewhere around there. So you need that batter there, and I think on that surface, the way Mustafizur is bowling, it I would say, in the absence of out and out pace to scare someone, his skill brings that same impact or could bring that same impact along with Morris and the rest.
So, Bish, you're saying Lewis or Livingston? Is going to be one or the
No,
other?
Lewis is a lock. Lewis is a
Hmm.
lock. And I was going personally. I don't think Rajasthan will go for it. I think they'll keep faith with Miller, but I would have Livingston in there instead of Miller, Morris, and Fizz because I think Livingston, as I said before, he gives you a lot of options as to where you get at, and he can even bowl some for you.
Yeah, just on that, Deep, if you want to add something, Miller, all his
Uh,
experience and reputation, or punt with
yeah, but
Lewis and Livingston.
no, the only change. I mean, the only point where I would differ would be on the Mustafizur and Tabriz. I'd play Tabriz because, as I mentioned, because of that mystery angle and wrist spinner. And also the fact that if you look at the other, I mean, the bowling unit with RR, I mean, they have someone like a Karthik Tyagi who did not play too many games in the first leg. You have Sakaria, you have Jaydev Unadkat who bowled really well in the first leg as well. So, and as far as spin is concerned, they really don't have an out and out match winner or a proper spinner. Shreyas Gopal hasn't been in form or in color last couple of season. Tewatia is more of a batter who can bowl now. So I think I just put one spinner in there in Tabrez Shamsi, and obviously happens to be the number one T20I bowler in the world right now.
All right, thanks very much, Deep Dasgupta, Ian Bishop. So David Miller will be an interesting call for Rajasthan Royals to make, whether he manages to start in this restart of the Royal season. But let's see how things go. On Maruti Suzuki presents ESPNcricinfo T20 Timeout. We're looking ahead at Rajasthan's overseas choices.
We call it people technology.